Why is fighting climate change so important? What consequences will we face? How will the cooperation between China and the U.S. contribute to the world? Earlier, we talked with Kelley Kizzier, Vice President for Global Climate at Environmental Defense Fund. Let's hear about her insights on fighting climate change.
The impact of a 3-degree scenario, which is the path we're currently on, is catastrophic. The impacts of climate change with a 3-degree rise are broad and severe. So we'll have incredible heat waves, droughts, water shortages. All of these will lead to food shortages and mass migration. We'll see the extinction of species globally, including really important species like bees, which are important for food. And ironically, at the same time, an increase in invasive species that kill our crops and kill our forests, an increase in forest fires, sea level rises. The list just goes on.
September last year, China announced it would peak carbon dioxide emissions before 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality before 2060. Kelley Kizzier said the determination was incredible and also called for China and the U.S., two largest economies and emitters in the world, to act right away with concrete measures.
On the Chinese side, we were heartened to see the 2060 commitment and the Chinese plans announced at the Paris anniversary. So obviously China had a bit of a head start on the United States in terms of coming out with these commitments, which was incredible. And now we need to see, again, concrete action, to peak earlier, to flatten its emission curve. China were one of the first countries to get involved in and massively benefit from the Clean Development Mechanism under the Kyoto Protocol, which I think in some ways that makes China an early mover on that. And right now I just want to focus on the positive. China has put in place what they need to put in place to implement their ETS. And we're really looking forward to it ramping up and becoming the largest emissions trading system in the world.
According to Kelley Kizzier, China and the U.S. can be the game changers in fighting climate change. The joint statement issued by the two countries recently also showed a strong willingness to cooperate against a common threat.
It was really good to see the joint statement by the U.S. and China, and it obviously builds on the positive relationship between John Kerry and Xia. It's a really welcome turnaround after 4 years of impasse on the climate issue. I think now observers are looking to see if the pledges made by China and the US translate into concrete action. They could start with cooperation on methane, but they can, the opportunities are limitless with their joint diplomatic power. These two countries alone can be game changers in the race to limit climate destruction.
There are also discussions about how the pandemic affects climate change. Over the past year, carbon emissions have fallen due to lockdowns, business closures, and travel restrictions that have cut transport severely. Though it's all temporary, living in the pandemic provides us new ideas of live and work, which may help to fight climate change in the future.
I do think there's an opportunity for it to change the way we live and work. In terms of travel, I think we've become more successful at online meetings and Zoom meetings. People will probably need to fly less around the world to meet with each other. But, long haul transport is going to remain crucial for some aspects of our economy and lives. It's just fact. But I do think this will change the way that we live and work.